Hi, welcome back. My name is Liz and this is Aria. So this week's movement video will be going through a yoga flow to build some heat in the body. So wherever you are, it's a little bit cold where I am. It has been for the last few weeks, a little bit colder than normal. So we're just going to work to warm up. So a great way to warm up the body is to move and to breathe. And we can start to build this heat in our body. We might start to sweat as well, just depending on how much you sweat. And this heat in our body, we call it tapas. So not tapas like the going out and sharing food with your friends. It's this heat within ourselves that we build through our yoga practice. There's a few different kind of ways to explain it or thoughts behind it, but it's this building of heat and this burning off of things within our system that we do not need, that are no longer serving you. Ari's just about to bark in a second to get out of the garage. So it could be something that is, worrying you, or just using up energy that you don't need to be using energy on whatever this thing is. We burn it off, and that frees up space within your system to bring in new energy and to work on what it is that you're actually wanting to create in your life. So I will let Aria out and then we'll come back into it. There we go. I'll leave the door ajar so she can come back in. So yeah, don't be afraid to start to get that heat coming. There will be certain poses that we might hold for a little bit longer, where you might start to feel that heat kind of rising up in your system. So just a great way just to get warm, work the body, free up space in the body, free up space in the mind. So before we do any of that though, we're going to do an alternate nostril breathing practice. So this is one of my favorite exercises or breathing exercises to do besides box breathing. And just a great way, just after you finish it, usually feel very kind of centered, calm, balanced is another word that comes to mind. So just to demonstrate, if you haven't done it before, so use the right hand and the thumb just gently blocks the right nostril. These two, your index finger and your middle finger, you can either kind of rest in the palm of your hand. You can rest them there on the center of the forehead. So right thumb gently blocks the right nostril, breathe in through the left nostril, and then your ring finger on the right side blocks the left nostril, breathe out through the right nostril. We breathe in through the right nostril, block the right nostril, breathe out through the left nostril, and that's one round of our alternate nostril breathing. So I'm going to do about 10 rounds of that before we get moving today. So just finding a comfortable seat, something that allows you to sit up nice and tall. So either cross-legged, either on a block or a bolster if you need, or sitting on your feet like I am. Might have pins and needles by the end of it. And if it feels comfortable, closing the eyes down. And just take a little moment just to settle into your space wherever you are. Take a few breaths in and out. And just finding that awareness of your breath. Take one clearing breath and then we'll begin our alternate nostril breathing practice. Take a breath in, breath out, bring the right hand up, gently block the right nostril, breathe in through the left, block the left nostril, breathe out through the right, in through the right, block the right nostril, out through the left. In through the left. Block the left nostril, out through the right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. 2 more rounds. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. In left. Block left, out right. In right. Block right, out left. And just gently removing the right arm down. A few breaths in and out through both nostrils. You may have noticed one nostril a little easier to breathe in and out of. It's just interesting to do that different times of the day. So our breathing will change about every 90 minutes. We breathe more through one nostril, so either through the right or the left. And that's just a natural cycle that our body goes through. So right side is our masculine side, our sun energy. And then our left side is our yin side, our female side, our yin energy. So that's why we always finish on the left side, or that's what I've kind of been, or that's what I've learnt as to why we finish on the left side, because it's sort of calming. We end on that kind of calming note instead of finishing on the right side with a little bit of a kind of, maybe a little bit too much stimulation for the system. So just feeling into that breathing practice. Do that at any time of day. And then we'll make our way off our seats. It's coming down into a 4-point kneeling position. So I'll face you guys to start. Just take your right leg out the back, gentle little rock forward and back through the heel. So just so you can see that a little bit better. So just placing the palms underneath your shoulders, just gently rocking forward and back. You might do some little ankle circles as well, just coming round on the ball of the foot. And then taking that same leg, bending through the knee, drawing some circles in one direction. You can make them as big or as small as you like. Reverse those circles. Shaking out the leg. And then changing sides. Take the left leg out. Little rock forward and back, just getting some movement through the ankle joint. Maybe little circles start to happen. Staying connected into your breathing. So breathing in and out of the nose. Kind of breathe. You might slightly hear the breath a little bit. That's just a great way to keep that focus on the breath. Bend through the left knee. Draw those circles. Might hear some clicks and some clacks. Reverse the circles. Bring the left knee down. Square the hips. Square the shoulders. Take a breath in. Drop the belly down. Look forward. Breathing out, draw the belly in, roll the spine up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, drop the belly down, shoulder blades come together. Breathing out, press down into the palms, tuck the chin and the hips. And just doing that a couple more times with your own breath. Starting to feel into what's happening in your body today. Do that one more time. And then coming into a neutral spine. So we're going to do that same movement, but we're going to add the leg in as well. So this is called tiger curl. It's actually a really it's one of my favorite little warm-up moves to do. It's going to breathe in, drop the belly down, point the right toes towards the ceiling, squeeze your butt. As you breathe out, draw the belly in, roll the spine up, tuck the knee up towards the nose. Breathing in, doing that again, drop the belly down, squeeze through the glute as you point the toes. Breathing out, draw the belly in as you squeeze the knee up the center of the body. You're going to do that 3 more times. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, let the belly drop down. Arching through the back, getting a little bit of flexion, and then breathing out, extension, and then breathing out, getting some flexion through the spine. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Bring the right knee down, just do whatever you need to do to recenter the hips onto the mat. Left side, breathing in, point the toes up, squeeze through the butt. Breathing out, draw the knee up the center of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, 3 more times. Let the belly drop down, shoulder blades come together. Breathing out, reversing that curve. Good, 1 more time. Bring the left knee down, sit the hips back into a child's pose. You can reach the arms out in front if that feels okay, otherwise resting your forehead down to your fists. Take a breath in, pull the body forward. As you breathe out, tuck the toes, press the hips, downward facing dog. And for the first one, you might find that your knees are really bent. They might stay bent as well, and that's totally fine. The main thing we want is that length through the spine. So if that needs to happen, let the knees bend. You might find the heels kind of start to reach the mat, but don't stress about making that happen. Just let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Keep pressing evenly down into your palms. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Holding here for a moment, feeling into that stretch or that release down the back side of the legs. That lengthening through your spine. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So you're coming to the back of the mat here. Fold the torso over the thighs. Let the head drop down. You can grab opposite elbows. Take a little bounce up and down
from side to side, it's whatever feels good. Sort of feel like it's kind of emptying everything out here from the head. Really nice release down the spine. Release through the elbows, press down through the heels. Start to roll up through the spine. Take a breath in, reach the arms up, look up if that feels okay. Breathing out, fold forward, walk yourself forward into a plank position. Now you can either be from your toes or from your knees. Whatever position you're taking though, you're going to tuck the pelvis under. So imagine you're bringing the front of your hips up to the bottom of your rib cage. Press down into your palms, so we're creating this dome-like shape with the body. Draw the belly button up towards the spine, press out through the heels if you are on your toes. Good. Press it back into downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Folding forward over the thighs. Holding here for a moment. Feels really nice, just a decompression through your spine. Breathing in, rolling up through the spine. Reach the arms up. As you breathe out, folding forward. Walking out to plank. Knees or toes, holding here. You're going to lift your right foot off the ground. So if you're on the knee, you can still do this. Just bring it up to about hip height. If you're on the toes, same thing. You can point through the toes here. Just about hip height. It's not about height here. Just kind of keep everything nice and level. Squeeze through the glute. Lower the right foot down. Take the left foot up. Keep the hips square to the front or to the mat. Good. Lower the foot down. Press the hips back. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Fold forward over the thighs. Let the body, upper body hang. Let the head drop down. So we're going to come up to standing, leading with the chest. So breathing in, reaching the arms up. Now we're going to kind of continue this on throughout the practice. Breathing out, folding forward. Walk out to plank. Take your right foot off the floor. Squeeze through the glutes. Good. Now we're going to add a push-up here. So you can drop to the knees if you need to. So just our chaturangas. So we're going to shift the body weight forward just a little. Bend the elbows. Lower the body down. Press yourself back up. Lower the foot down. Lift the left foot off the floor. And we're going to do that same thing. So lower the chest. Press yourself back up. Lower the foot. Press the hips back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet. Folding forward over the thighs. Again, just let everything hang. Take a breath in, leading with the chest. Reach the arms up. Breathing out, fold the body forward. Walk out to plank. We're going to do that one more time. So from the knees or the toes, your choice. Right foot lifts up. Take that little shift forward. So you're going to push through the ball of the left foot. So you're kind of in this position here. Bend the elbows, lower, then press through the palms, press yourself back up. Lower the right foot down, lift the left leg up, that little shift forward, lower down, press back up, lower, downward facing dog. So again, you might already starting to feel that kind of heat building in your body. Walk your hands back towards your feet, folding forward. Take a breath in, reaching the arms up. Breathing out, folding forward. Walk yourself out to plank. From here, we're going to either step or jump your feet wide of your hands. So you're coming down into Malasana or low squat. So chest up, palms together, press your elbows into your knees.
So from the front, we're in this type of position. You might find though, you need to be up a little bit higher. If you're on the balls of the feet, just make sure there's no pressure in your knees. Lightly draw the belly button in. Keep the shoulders down away from your ears. Good, take a little bit of movement here, so feel into that hip area. So quite an uncomfortable position for a lot of people, but it's a really natural position for our body. We usually do it quite well as children and then lose it as life starts to happen. Good, bring your palms down to the mat, press your hips up towards the ceiling, and then just take a little jump of the feet together. Fold the body over the thighs, let the upper body hang. So if you have fun throughout our practice, just exploring your body. If you find it a little challenging, that's a good thing. If you find that certain things don't happen, it's okay. It's kind of meeting yourself where you're at today. Take a breath in, reach the arms up. They're coming all the way to standing. Breathing out, fold the body forward. Breathing in, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Breathing out, plant the hands, step back to plank. From the knees or the toes, lower the body halfway down. Press through the palms, lift the chest, upward facing dog. Press the hips back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, take the right leg into the air, open up through the hip. So the hips are stacking on top of one another here. Keep pressing down into the palms. Bring the hips back through to center. Lightly step the right foot through, drop the left knee down. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, fold the body forward, straightening through the right leg. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, palms down to the mat. Take the right leg back. Now that option, keep it off the floor, lower down. Press through the palms, upward facing dog. Press the hips back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, take the left leg up, open up through the hip. Such a beautiful, beautiful release. Come back through to center, lightly step the left foot through, right knee drops down. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, bowing forward, folding over the left thigh. Breathing in, reach the arms up, bend through the left knee. Breathing out, palms to the mat, left leg comes back, lower, upward facing dog. Roll your shoulders back, press the chest forward, press the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Breathing in, look forward, bend the knees. As you breathe out, step or lightly jump the feet between your hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Breathing in, come all the way to standing, looking up if that feels okay for your neck. Breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathing in, take the right leg up, open up through the hip, and then nice and smoothly. So take a breath in, and as you breathe out, come up onto the ball of the left foot. So you're kind of rolling through the foot here, and then use that little bit of momentum. Bring the right foot through, left knee drops down. Breathe in to reach up, breathe out, fold it forward. So just warming up the body a little bit, breathing in, reach, breathing out, palms to the mat. Take the right leg back, option to keep it lifted, lower, upward facing dog, pressing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg lifts, open up the hip. So remembering staying connected into your breath, use the breath here, come up onto the ball of the right foot, lightly step the left foot through, right knee drops down, reaching the arms up, fold the upper body forward. Breathing in, reach up, bending through the left knee. Breathing out, palms to the mat, left leg comes back, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out.
Breathing in, look forward. Breathing out, step or lightly jump to the top. Halfway lift, forward fold. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, fold the body forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, plant the hands, step or jump back. Lower, press through the palms, tops of the feet on the floor. Holding here just for a little bit. Squeeze through the glutes. Good, really press your chest forward. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, right leg lifts. Open up the hip. And then nice and smoothly, step the right foot through, coming up into crescent lunge. Holding here. So reach the arms up, back foot on the ball of the foot, and then sink down into that front leg. So pressing through the front heel, hips are square to the front, shoulders are down, but arms are reaching up. So you might start to notice there's a little bit of heat that starts to build through your legs. Maybe it starts to rise up through your body. Hold in here. Sink a little lower if you can. Keep pressing the front knee out and relax your toes. So we're not gripping the earth with the front foot. Press down through the heel. Take a breath in, breathing out. Palms to the mat. Take the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Next time you breathe out, right knee to right elbow, hold there. Good, breathe in, take it back. Breathing out, bend through the right knee. Now we're gonna come up onto the ball of the foot and do a bit of like a foot pump type action here. So pressing through the left ball of the foot, keep pressing through the palms and squeezing through the calf of the left leg. Good, so just get a little bit of a pump action happening here. Get the shoulders down away from the ears so you're not hunching up. And then we're going to continue this roll forward. So rolling forward, body weight's going to come over your palms. Keep the right knee bent as an option and then lower the body down. Press through the palms, upward facing dog. Press the hips back, downward facing dog. Whew. Take a breath in, left leg comes up, open up through the hip, and then nice and smoothly step the left foot through, coming up into crescent lunge. So go through that little checklist, back heel lifted, front heel pressing into the ground, front knee pressing out, hips are square, and we're nice and low into that leg. Good, now if it doesn't feel okay for you to have your arms up, bring them down to your hips. Otherwise, reaching them through the fingertips, palms facing one another. Good, nice and smooth with the breath. So it's in these shapes sometimes that we let the breath get away from us when we're holding, or we hold the breath. Breathing nice and smoothly, let it flow in and out. Take one more breath in. Breathing out, palms to the mat. Take the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow, hold it there just for a moment. Take a breath in, left leg comes back. Bend through the left knee, and then that same action, just pumping forward, coming up onto the ball of the right foot, squeezing through the calf muscle. Trying to stay nice and long through your spine. Staying strong through the core, and then we're going to roll it all the way through. Option is to bring that left foot down to the mat, bend through elbows, chest lowers, press through the palms, upward facing dog, press the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Look forward, breathe in. As you breathe out, step or lightly jump to the top, halfway lift. Forward fold, breathing in, reach the arms up, breathing out, fold the body forward. Breathing in, halfway lift, breathing out, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathing in, right leg lifts, open up that hip. As you breathe out, step the right foot through, crescent lunge, reaching the arms up. So we're not going to stay here for quite as long. Take one more breath in, breathing out, palms down to the mat. Take the right leg up and back. Next time you breathe out, right knee's going to cross the body now to the left elbow. So there's a little rotation that happens through your hips. Breathe in, take it back. And then that same thing, bend through the right knee, come up onto the ball of the left foot, just hold it there for a moment, squeezing through the calf muscle, and then nice and smoothly shift the body weight forward, lower down, upward facing dog, pressing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg lifts, open up the hip, lightly step the left foot through, crescent lunge, arms come up, nice and low in the leg. Take a breath in, breathing out, palms to the mat, take the left leg up and back, nice and smoothly cross it to the opposite elbow, keep pressing down through the palms, take the left leg up and back, bend the knee, come up onto the right ball of the foot, squeezing through that calf, checking again with your shoulders, they don't need to be hunched up around the ears, and then nice and smoothly continue that movement on, lower, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Look forward, step or jump to the top, halfway lift, forward fold. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, hands down through center. So hopefully you can start to feel that little bit of heat building within your body. Maybe a little bit of sweat is starting to pour. Take a breath in, reach up. I gave you a little bit of a recovery there. Breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Plant the hands down, step or jump back, lower. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, breathing in, open up the hip. Nice and smoothly, step the right foot through. Come up into that crescent lunge, straight back down, right leg comes up and back, and then bend the knee. But this time, we're going to come forward, and then knee's going to come up the center of the body, holding it here. Step the right foot through, so right in the middle, plant the back heel down, then come up into warrior two. So really strong position here. Just make sure you tuck your hips under, down into that front leg, toes going the same direction as your knee, back foot pressing out through the back edge, back leg active, and then shoulders, just give them a little bit of a roll, and then reaching through your fingertips forward and back. It's kind of like this nice line of energy coming up from our feet, all the way up through the legs, all the way out through the fingertips. Take a breath in, breathing out, circle the hands down, take the right leg up and back, and then again, find that little pump through the foot, roll it forward, bend the elbows lower, upward facing dog, pressing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg lifts, open up through the hip, nice and smoothly, step the foot through, reach the arms up, crescent lunge, lower, take the left leg up and back, bend through the knee, and then this time you're going to drive the knee up the center of the body, kind of like we did at the start of the class. Step the foot through, opening up into warrior two. So it's finding your version of, you might find little different things that need to happen with your hips. Arms can be here, it's a little bit too much for the shoulders. So it's fine, make it work for your body. Don't force it into a position that's going to cause it pain. A little bit of discomfort though, not a bad thing for our system. Take one more breath in, breathing out. Circle the hands down, left leg comes up and back, bend through the knee, come up onto the ball of the right foot, and then with control, lower, Coming into upward facing dog, pressing back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Looking forward, bend the knees, step or lightly jump to the top, halfway lift, forward fold. Breathing in, come all the way to standing. We're gonna go one more round, breathing out, fold forward. Breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower. Press through the palms, upward facing dog. Press the hips back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, open up the hip. Step the right foot through, coming up into crescent lunge. This time option, something a little different with the arms. You're gonna bring them down around behind your back, intertwine the fingers, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Stay low in that front leg, and if it feels okay, looking up towards the ceiling. So it's a nice kind of release through the front of the shoulders, through the chest. Stay nice and connected into your breath. Good, take one more breath in. Breathing out, plant the hands down. Take the right leg up and back. And then drive the knee up the center of the body. Hold it here. Step that right foot through, coming up into warrior two. Take a breath in, breathing out, coming down into side angle. So your forearm going to come to your right thigh. Just imagine you're holding like a platter of fruit, or maybe it's a platter of drinks in your right hand. So pressing that forearm into the thigh, reach the top arm up and over. And again, keep that back leg really active, low in the front leg. And then opening the chest to the side of the room. So if you were against a wall, your back would be flat against it. Good, you can look up at that hand if that feels okay. Really reach through that top fingertips. Take one more breath in, breathing out. Circle the hands down to the mat. Take the left leg up and back, the right leg up and back. Last time through on this side. Bend the elbows, upward facing dog. Pressing back, downward facing dog. Breathing in, left leg lifts. Open up the hip. Step the left foot through. Crescent lunge, option. Reach the arms behind, roll the shoulders back, pressing the chest forward. Good, press through that front heel, sink down into the legs. Take a breath in, breathing out, palms come down to the mat. Left leg comes up and back, driving the knee up the center of the body. Step that left foot through, coming up into warrior two. Forearm comes to the thigh. So again, imagine you're holding that platter, top shoulder. So I should have said this the first round. So top shoulder wants to be open. So if you find that you're kind of doing this, bring the hand to the hip, roll that top shoulder back. And then if you can maintain that, that top arm can then lift up and come over. Really reach it, keep it active. So just kind of hold it there, floppy. And then maintain that platter of whatever you've got. Martinis, your favorite drink, whatever it may be, and just nice and smoothly breathing. Take a breath in, breathing out, palms down to the mat. Take the left leg up and back, bend through that knee, roll forward onto the ball of the foot, lower, press through the palms. And then pressing back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Looking forward, we're going to step or jump the feet wide of our hands again. It's coming down into that low squat. So lifting through the chest. Now let's take a little look behind you, make sure there's no animals or children or Lego pieces behind you. And you're just going to roll if you feel comfortable doing it. So roll back to your butt and then onto your back. Hug the knees in towards your chest, take a little roll up and down the spine. Might hear the coffee that you just drank gurgling around in your stomach. And then just holding there, hugging the knees in. Bring both feet down to the floor. Take the right leg up into the air, pressing the heel up. Just grabbing somewhere along the leg, either below or above the knee. You might trigger grip the big toe. Pressing the heel up, toes pointing down towards the forehead. Relax through the shoulders. So just looking for just a release through the back side of the right leg. Now your left knee can stay bent, or you can straighten it out. But you might find that kind of affects this kind of leg. So if you need to have it bent, it feels a little bit better, keep that bent. If you're going to straighten it, keep the leg active. So pressing out through the bottom of the foot. So hopefully you got a little bit warm then. Good, you're going to bend through the right knee and then just guide it across to the opposite side of the body. You can reach the right arm out. Look over the right shoulder if that feels okay for your neck, or just looking up. Nice little twist through the spine. So it always feels good to move the body. Sometimes it's hard to find the motivation. It's usually just the getting started part. Once you get started and get going and then you finish, you feel a lot better for it. Roll back to the center of the mat and then swapping legs. So left leg comes up, just grabbing wherever feels good. Might feel a little bit different on this side, so just for now, just acknowledge that. You're going to have to change it or figure out why. Just kind of work with it. You want that right leg to be straight, keeping it active. Both hips on the mat, shoulders relaxed. Bend through the left knee, guiding it across to the right side of the body. Left arm can reach out. Just relaxing into the twist as much as you can. And kind of guide that knee down to the mat if that feels okay. If it's not too much for your lower back. And then coming back to the center of the mat, take any last little movements that you need. Might be something that we didn't do today that you wish we did. Do it now. And then coming down to your final resting position. Just make sure you're warm, make sure you're comfortable. And staying here as long as you need. like to stay, feel free to stay just as long as you need. Otherwise, start to move the body. It's really important that you give yourself that little rest at the end of the practice. And ideally, you'll come out when you naturally want to. Your body will kind of let you know. Obviously, just with the filming in a class setting, the teacher brings you out. But the good thing is you can always pause it and just continue to lay there for as long as you need. And when you feel ready, it's coming up to a seated position. Just closing the eyes down, if that feels okay. Otherwise, bringing the eyes into a soft gaze. Take a little moment, thank yourself for making the time to come to the mat to practice today, to move your body, to breathe. Just knowing the wonders that it can do for your whole system. Taking a little bit of time each day to move in whatever way feels good for you. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's walking, maybe it's lifting weights. Finding something that you enjoy, and just a great way to de-stress. And then we get stronger, we get fitter, we feel better, we're happier with ourselves, which means that we can then go out and do all the good things that need to be done in the world. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day or rest of your evening wherever you are, and I will see you next time.